Hello everyone, my name is Kita, and today we were playing I was a teenage exocolonist. So, last time, Sim died, we think. He may not have. I'm really hoping for it was a fake out, he's actually alive, but we'll see. And someone gave us a data band for our wrist that had all of our favorite TV shows and stuff on it. So, we're basically trying to find out who it was. And I'm probably gonna ask Diz if he did it. Look at the two of them. I'm sure it wasn't either of those guys. Where is Diz? He's probably outside like he usually is. Hi, Diz. You find Diz loading some equipment into an expeditions vehicle. He nods at you as you approach before going back to his work. Someone gave you a data band. It might have been Diz. Are you my secret admirer? Diz doesn't meet your eyes, so what if I was? Don't make a big deal about it. If you were my secret admirer, it's a big deal. But I like you too. Diz stops and turns towards you slowly, like he can't believe your words. What? Why? This is such a weird exchange. So he probably doesn't like physical contact, so I'm gonna go with I just do. Diz looks at you in shock, then looks away, breathing out shakily. Okay, he mutters, his cheeks turning pink. Cool, I guess. That was so anticlimactic to me. I'm guessing that was our opportunity to just like go to whoever we liked and see if they had enough heart points to be our secret admirer and if it could be a equal exchange bit. I'm sure if we went to Tang and did the same thing, then it would have happened as well, because we have a good relationship with Tang. Yeah. We're really close to her and her brother, which is ironic because they don't know it is blacked out! No! Why? My god, this is fucking killing me, man. I can't. Oh, I have to give Mars a present. I brought a cake for you. Do you want it? Here you go, Mars. Here's the cake. I'm glad. Here you go. We have an okay relationship with Mars. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Hey, Rex, do you want a log? Hugs incoming. Yay! Also, here's the log. Okay. Yeah. I started a little late on his relationship, I think. I mean, like, we're working on Rex and Nami, but everyone else has a bigger start than they do, because we've known them for longer, you know? Okay, I guess we're gonna go out and find out what the heck that event was. Explore nearby. I was so sad to be out here. I don't want to be out here. What do I have equipped? Okay. You've spent so many days and weeks exploring. Some days you feel like you've seen it all. Although you haven't gone very far from the colony, you have your favorite places and you're heading to one of them right now. You like it because it's thrilling to get there. Card's gonna lose its value either way. Okay. Let's do +1 for each. Okay, I see. We already have 5 though, so... Trying to get our bravery to 80, so we can have that one conversation with Diz. You have to cross a fallen log over a deep ravine to get there. Today you make it across, controlling your fear and walking steadily without shaking. There it is. The natural bobber fruit orchard is as beautiful as ever, but it seems someone has been here before and picked the fruit clean. Well, that just leaves more time for you to relax and enjoy the scenery. Go home. I think we might have been there before. Oh wait, I didn't mean to go home. Oh well, there wasn't another event, so it's fine. Mid-wet. Hey Diz, you wanna talk to us? It's another month. It's a new month. Oh, Nami does though. Hi Nami. You find Nami in the lounge, flanked by 2 holo screens and doodling in a sketchbook with real paper. On the holo screen is playing an animated kids show, while the other is a wall of text that looks like it might be a translation guide of some kind. Nami's attention moves between the 3 easily. When they see you, they jump and quickly close their holo screen, sitting up straight and clutching their sketchbook to their chest. Oh, hi, Kita. They giggle, rubbing the back of their head charmingly. How you doing? Is that in a different language? Well, yeah, Nami says, wrinkling their nose. It's better in the original language, but the subtitles don't tell the whole story either. Nami sets their book aside and looks around conspiratorially. I thought you were gonna ask me for jailbreaking my holopad. Bust me for jailbreaking my holopad. They say, all the Helio kids have restrictions on what we can watch and for how long. But you guys have so many cartoons than we had. Nami throws their arms in the air. Like the first season of Turbo Hyperjet Transform? What? Sure. I love Turbo Girl Hyperjet Transform. What? Nami cries, slapping their hands to their cheeks. Really? It's the best cartoon ever made. What else has schoolgirls who like aircraft from the waist down, battling evil aliens while dealing with the stresses of high school life? A lot of anime, actually. You have to agree, you were pretty fond of the arc in the 3rd season where Kamiya and Otoko disagreed about whether Haruka could truly be considered a hyperjet if she was part helicopter. What the hell? The Helia Media Archive only had season 2 through 9 and only 3 of the OVAs. Nami says, puffing their cheeks out. I can't believe the 4th OVA, Flight Captain Yumiko gets captured by the aliens and brainwashed into thinking she's an alien sleeper agent the whole time. Is that what you're drawing? Kita! Nami exclaims, snatching their sketchbook up again. Don't peek! Nami laughs and flips over their sketchbook, showing off some of their drawings. I was drawing some fan art for the show, they say. Well, it's kind of fan art. Okay, it's really more like if I was a character in Hyper Girl Turbojet Transform. Oh, so an original character, that's fine. I don't have empathy! It looks good, keep at it. Aw, thanks, Kita. Nami says, shooting you a stunning smile. I will for sure! Let's try another area. Let's go to the Forager area and see if there's an event there. Since we can just bypass everything now, which is really cool. I wonder if perks carry over. I doubt it, but that would be really cool if it did. Oh, Baba fruit, nice. Oh, I could go around it. Oh my god, it feels so good. It doesn't look like... I can just go grab items now. That is so nice. I don't have to waste any of my stress. The f is that? The f are you? You find a trippet, a large, tasty, plant? Kind of. You've heard it's sort of like an animal too, like a lot of creatures on Vertumna. It kind of defies classification. Whatever it is, it's huge. It's probably taller than you are. Harvest some stalks. You start breaking off the freshest and youngest looking shoots. The plant shudders. Analyze the shudder? Let's do this one. Make it a pair. 5, 6, 7. Also make it straight. Nice. Yeah, this plant is alive and sentient, like an animal. It's definitely not happy that you're ripping its limbs off. It's hard to tell if it's in pain, really, but you'd say discomfort at least. All the same. Stop. Yeah, no, something about what you're doing just feels wrong. You make a note of it on your map of where it is, but oddly, you never find it again. Yeah, I'm not doing that, sorry. If it feels, I'm not gonna hurt it. This is so nice feeling, just being able to bypass all of this stuff. Instead of wasting months. Like, I'm looking for one specific thing, you know? There's an event. I knew there would be. Hold on, I'm just gonna go around the map and find stuff. This is kind of OP, if I'm being honest, though. I love it, don't get me wrong. It's very satisfying, but it does feel kind of overpowered. But I love it so. Oh, hey, what's up? Like the rest of the planet, the valley is home to some strange plant and animal life. You find Utopia puzzling over a jelly arch, a huge gelatinous arch held together by solid veins. Large enough for a person to walk underneath. They don't look like animals. But you've been around long enough to realize that things aren't always what they seem. Upon closer inspection, the arch seems to pulse and breathe, even though they have no visible organs. And they're kind of warm. It's unsettling. Now, I know this ain't right, Utopia mutters to herself as you approach. Kita, you ever seen a jelly arch look so deflated? You take a look, it's true. This arch doesn't seem as structurally sound as the others. I'm beginning to think they're all connected, Utopia says, scratching her chin. Like a runner underground. Poking up every so often in waves like this one. If one's looking rough, what's gonna happen to the rest? She sticks her hand in the goop and the arch seems to cringe away as she roots around in its innards. It's got some kind of crystal structure in there suspended in it, she says, sticking her tongue between her teeth. Wonder if it's got its nose knocked out of joint or whatever it's got instead of a nose. The jelly arch makes a sloshing, groaning noise, its surface rippling with pain? Can it even feel pain? Or is it just a reaction to be churning up inside? Get her to stop. Utopia pulls her arm from the jelly arch with a puzzled look. Yeah, I guess I should be more careful, she says. Good looking out, Kita. Well, I more just sympathize. It's funny, my character's not very empathetic, but I am a very empathetic person. I just don't like to see things hurt. Pain's not fun for anybody. You spot a juvenile squeaker queen all on her lonesome. She's still mobile, but she's moving very slowly, digging around in the dirt here and there, licking the ground, possibly looking for a place to take root and live out the rest of her life. This might be an opportunity to capture a live hive. Maybe you could convince it to take root in one of the barns in the colony, giving the colony a source of honey without so much dangerous foraging. It spits acid if you get too close, and they have a nasty, powerful beak. No wonder no one's managed to catch one. Trick it. Yeah. mostly blind, the Squeeger Queen is oblivious to your ulterior motive. You spend an entire day subtly leading her in the right direction. She's like an incredibly slow turtle who keeps stopping to lick the ground for some reason. It's super boring. Your dad meets you at the gates to receive the queen. Your Majesty, he jokes, bowing deeply. I'll make sure she gets settled in, he says to you. Come by and visit her anytime you want. Milking the Squeeger. Okay, nice. Go home. I don't really have... I got my event. That's what I wanted. Oh my gosh, we're almost at Glow. I just realized, oh my god. Oh shit! This blinks owlishly at your gift. Is it my birthday? I almost forgot. I hate it when people make a big deal about my birthday, but this is nice. Thank you. You're very welcome. Okay, so his birthday is... late wet. Okay, good to know. I think we only get 2 birthday cakes per year, though. I'm gonna do some combat. Yeah. Defensive training. There's so many people training in self-defense today that you have to break out into stations. What do you want to do today? Smash things with your fist. Earth Space helmet training, Copiera. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Nem's been studying videos of martial arts and wants to learn some sweet dance moves to show off in class. She needs a partner and you jump at the chance. Rhett watches you both, a skeptical look on his face. What does this have to do with self-defense, he says. The point of all of this isn't to have fun, it's to learn how to not die. Whatever, you're too busy learning how to do a slick handspin to pay attention. He rolls his eyes and stalks away, muttering about how you're wasting time. You feel more in control of your body, though, which is undoubtedly going to help you in an actual fight. And now it's Glow. I get the feeling something's gonna happen this Glow, just because nothing happened last one. It gets shut. It doesn't look like anybody has anything to say. So I think what we're gonna do is combat again. Actually, we're supposed to go out during Glow. I remember Sim saying something about this. Because it was either Sim or something Diz and I found, but it was like, hey, you should go out during Glow. But we don't have our... How do we do that? The gate's shut and we don't have a back door anymore. Maybe we have to do it when we're a kid. Maybe it's one of those things we have to do when we play again. When we actually have the back door, no one can stop us. Okay, so... yeah, combat. Oh good, we got our first combat one. Let's see. Shot weapons perk. New cards in the depot. Oh, we got weapons in the depot. Great. You're lying in bed staring at the wormhole through your window when you hear a deep thump resonate through the ground, then a second one, quieter. A woven roof of your room quivers, unleashing a season's worth of glowing dust to sift through the air. Through your open window, you hear voices sounding the alarm. The annual offenses here leading the charge are 2 massive faceless. Holy fudge. Join the fray. You grab a plas rifle and report to the front, where a line of soldiers has taken up arms and is waiting for orders. The colony prepares to defend against the 2 building-scale faceless, as well as a teeming swarm of smaller Zenos that seethe toward you. Hold steady, orders Security Chief Rhett. Keep the line. No, Governor Lum yells, running from the front gates to the front of the defensive line. He elbows Rhett out of the way and waves his arms wildly. Bring them closer, draw them in. No. Rhett stops himself from shoving Lum back, but just barely, you can tell. Are you serious? He retorts, we can't let them any further into the colony. We're going to fight the enemy on our territory, Lum cries, raising his plasma rifle over his head. We have the walls, let's use them. We'll let them come inside and pick them off one by one. We can't pick off a faceless, Rhett sputters from the sidelines. Lum smiles maniacally. You can see the gleam of his teeth from here. I have a plan, he roars. Just follow my lead. With that, he turns and begins to run towards the approaching animals, roaring taunts and firing wildly into the fray to draw them close. At a loss, Rhett motions you all to fall back and let the animals approach. The area just inside the gates becomes a swirling melee of smaller Zendas and plasma rifle fire, the two faceless lumbering slowly behind. Try to stay out of the way. We have maxed out perception and this is still a hard challenge. Six. Did it somehow. You're not exactly a professional soldier, but you manage to hold your own against the Xenos, even though you still scream and retreat when something gets too close. You don't injure any humans with your plasma rifle, at least. Out of the artillery smoke wafting over the battlefield, Lum comes running. Here they come, here they come. He shouts joyfully and plows through the gates with the two faceless galloping behind him. It's without a doubt idiotic and horrendously dangerous. You can't help it. You hit record on your holopalm and feel the ensuing chaos. You catch a glimpse of Chief Rhett putting his hands over his face and sighing. A squad of Helio soldiers takes up the charge and helps shepherd the faceless into the open area in the middle of the colony. You have horrible flashbacks to the first time you saw a faceless inside the walls. From the looks on the faces of other Stratos, you're not the only one. Then you're all thrown to the ground by a tremendous explosion. Fire engulfs the center square, roasting the two faceless in an inferno that blasts the sweat from your very pores. Rocks and chunks of dirt platter all around you, with occasional thunk of burning mushwood. Those soldiers nearest the blaze recoil in surprise. Clearly no one but Lum knew that the square had been rigged with explosives. You don't think anyone was caught in the blast, but it was close. Lum stands before the blaze, laughing and firing at the two tortured faceless as they roast to death. You raise your holopalm to capture the image, his silhouette dark against the calm of flame and smoke. It was ridiculously dangerous and stupid, but it does look pretty cool in your recorded footage. People filter out of their hiding places, shielding their faces from the heat coming off the bonfire in the middle of the square. On the horizon, the first watery rays of quiet sunrise are struggling to make a dent in the hot orange glare. The colony's fire suppression system is turned on the square, revealing the charred corpses of two faceless. Utopia walks by with the reclamation team hauling an industrial plas cutter on a hoverlift. Did he use the mine explosives? Utopia says in awe. Mighty bold of him. Those things will blow a hole in a mountain, or a creature, I suppose. She sighs. Wish he could have saved him for mining. That must have been the last of them, and we sure can't make more. Then she and the crew are out of earshot as they pick their way down the plastered catter to carve up the faceless for recycling. Fortunately, the colony was well defended. You and the other colonists have been fortifying the defenses, putting securities above all else. Tonight's defense was a little resounding, if messy, success. But if Utopia's right, you don't have any more of those explosives now. You can't just nanoprint unstable molecules like that. What are you going to do during the next attack? Yeah, what are they going to throw at us next? Those were faceless. Those were... Holy crap, we're gorgeous. Excuse me? Oh, people got new corp. Oh my god, Tangent, you look so good. Oh my god, can I see like a actual picture of me? Can I see a character portrait? We don't look too feminine, if I'm being honest. I have a she pronoun, and I just don't feel like I look very feminine. I wish I could see a full character portrait, and maybe that would make the difference, but... Holy crap, look at Cal! When'd you get a tat? Hold on, I want to see everybody else. Oh my gosh, Anna Bunny, you look so cool! Tin looks amazing. I love that she grew out her hair a little bit. That's perfect what she has. I love it. She looks great. His outfits looks a little ridiculous to me, but I like his hair. And Mars, of course, looks gorgeous. Oh my god, Rex, look at you! You look cool too. I love that. Nami looks not different at all. Oh, she's non-binary. They are non-binary, sorry. They still looks like an a-hole. I can't do this. Oh, look at our hair. It's gorgeous. We're just flowing in the breeze. I love it. Look at that. Amazing. Tang is about to duck back into engineering when you approach. She winces and shields her eyes from the sun. She looks at you miserably, and you notice her right eye is glowing faintly. It's my new hollow eye implant, Tang says. Its ghostly glow snaps in and out of existence as she blinks. I seem to be experiencing some unpleasant side effects from it, similar to that of an ocular migraine, Tang confesses. Instincts warned me that this level of visual information can be difficult for the human brain to comprehend at first. You agree to follow her into engineering and get out of the sun. It's similar to a holopalm, she explains, still holding her forehead and squinting, but an infinitely large screen because it projects it directly into the oculus. It used to belong to Dr. Instance, but she passed it down to me to help with my work. I'm sure you'll get used to it soon. Tang sets her jaw and nods, determined. I know I will. It's only pain. It's more than an implant, Tang continues as you follow her to the medbay labs. Hollow eyes are on the very forefront of human augmentation. They represent our next steps towards ascending as a species. She touches the red scar where her holopalm used to be. No more clunky screens, no more privacy concerns, she says quietly. Elegant, integrated design. It observes the motion of my hand and uses it to generate an AR interface from my entire field of vision. It's partly powered by my own metabolism through the magnets embedded in my skull. It's beautiful. Nobody else is here. You hear the gentle hum of experiments running in the corner. This kind of technology is far beyond what we're capable of reproducing in the colony, Tang sighs, rubbing her temple under the implant. Once they're gone, they're gone. Maybe Earth will send us a shipment of new ones someday, but I expect they've developed something more advanced since we left Earth. I suppose it's more likely they've forgotten about us completely. Bring, bring. The quiet hum of the laboratory is shattered by an alarm. Tang jumps at the sudden noise and shuts her eyes tight. I have to get this, she mutters, gesturing in the air to silence the ringing. The simulation I'm running is time-sensitive, she explains. The specimens require minute changes to their environment every 2 hours. Temperature, humidity, light levels. She grimaces. If we had better automation, this wouldn't be a problem. Need empathy 41 or greater, or need reasoning 41 or greater. Oh, there's an or. Need biology. I could do it. Tang considers this. Yes, you have proven yourself trustworthy in the lab, she says. It's experiment 2A on the wall there. She slumps down on the floor beside you, rests her head on her arms. Go tell me what you see and I'll walk you through it. With Tang's assistance, you set the new environmental parameters for her experiment, which seems to involve fungal growth of some kind. It's unfamiliar to you, but you're able to follow Tang's instructions easily. While you're looking over these specimens, you realize that you can make improvements to Tang's modeling. I want to respect her experiments, but when she did it before, she thought it was a good thing. I just don't want to f it up. Improve it. You make the changes and log them diligently in the computer. Tang breathes a sigh of relief when you return, unaware of your meddling. For now. That should buy me 2 more hours, she says. Tang shifts over wordlessly, inviting you to sit down beside her. Her arm is cool to the touch as it rests against yours. Tang turns to you. Thank you for your assistance. It was nothing. Tang gives you a slight smile, barely visible in the faint glow of her hollow eye. Then thanks for nothing, I suppose, she says. Please don't tell Instance that my body is adjusting poorly to the eye hole. The whole hollow eye is her eye hole. She adds, it's only temporary. This stupid flesh prison is not allowed to draw the limits of my form. Yeah, I hope she doesn't get pissed about that. Oh, hey, Rex. Oh, yeah, I got stuff to give you. Hey, come here. You want medicine? Okay. Hey, Rex, what's up? Over the years, a lot of people have started wearing a lot less clothing than you remember from when you were growing up on the climate-controlled stratospheric. Definitely a lot less than the holovids you brought from Earth. Rex, though. Rex has really acclimated to Rotumina's hot, sultry weather. In solidarity. I'm not gonna say dude put a shirt on. I guess I'll have to flirt because I'm not gonna say dude put a shirt on. He can wear whatever the hell he wants. I hope those are glued to your skin. Awoo! Rex throws his head back and laughs so loud it echoes through the courtyard. Awoo! He howls. Awoo! You both giggled and lock eyes for a few seconds that feel like literal months. Eventually, Rex fixes you with a fangy smile and scratches the back of his head. It does nice things to his whole chest, shoulder, bicep situation. So you like what you see, huh? He leans in like sharing a secret. Me too, he whispers, then winks at you. I appreciate you, but I'm gonna be more positive than negative if those are gonna be my choices. Diz! You head out of the colony hoping to find Diz, and you do, as well as Rhett and Utopia. You have teamed up to talk to Diz about something that he is scowling deeply about. It was different before the attacks, you hear Utopia say. But you're older now, and when you're on expedition, you can get into a lot more danger than when you were just a little kid going on walkabout. When you're out there on my team, I'm counting on you to do as you're told and to be where you said you'd be. She gestures beseechingly. What am I going to do if something happens to you out there, kid? What if you disappear one day in your heart and no one knows where to find you? What if... I'll be fine, Diz cuts her off. I can take care of myself, and if I can't, that's on me. That's not how it works here, Rhett says, his voice stern. You're not just putting yourself in danger out there, you're putting the whole colony in danger. I know you're a bit of a loner, son, but you have family here. All of us. We're all your family. We're going to send people out to find you, and what if they get into the same trouble you did, he continues. We're counting on you to follow directions out there to keep everyone safe, not just yourself. What? Ooh. I've never seen Diz mad. What if I don't want to be found? Diz explodes, waving his arms. What if I want to be left the hell alone? Rhett and Utopia are stunned by Diz's outburst. Rhett opens his mouth to respond, but Diz talks over him. If I don't come back, just leave me out there, he spits. If this planet wants me dead, maybe I deserve it, huh? Did you ever think about that? Maybe I deserve to die out there. Maybe we all do. With that, Diz stomps away. Rhett and Utopia look stunned. You follow Diz from around the outer wall of the colony to where he's angrily pulling things out of a drain pipe hiding hole he's long since outgrown. Stupid humans, he grumbles, stuffing what looks like a bedroll into a carrying bag. They never think of anything except... Oh. He continues trailing off when he sees you. What do you want? Are you okay? I'm great, Diz mutters. Just awesome, actually. Yeah, thanks for asking. You watch him pull things from his hideaway and throw them into two piles. Screw this colony, he says. I didn't ask to be a part of it. I don't need it. I don't need anyone. I'd be better off living in the woods like an animal. At least that's real. He reaches in far and pulls out a busted-up-looking mechanical device, his old alien communicator he made using gear he stole from Command. Jeez, he laughs. Guess I don't need this anymore. Take me with you. Diz takes a second to consider this before your meaning sets in. What? Why? He replies baffled. Come on, Kitty, you have a whole, life here, a future. You have friends, people who love you. Don't throw it all away just to be with me. I'm not worth it. His face softens. Look, maybe once I'm set up, okay? I'll send you a message if you really mean it. Diz finishes packing up his stuff he's going to keep, which barely amounts to a full backpack. He straps it onto his back and nods at you determined. Did I ever tell you my full name? He asks, seemingly random. No, you didn't. Diz smiles a little at that, just with the corners of his mouth as he huffs a self-deprecating laugh. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have. It sucks, honestly. It's, dysthymia. Doesn't that mean... Yeah, Diz says. It means being sad. What a joke, right? Who names their kid that? He shakes his head. Anne always talks about how babies make everyone happier. Was my mom sad before she had me and Tang? Or did having us make her sad? His smile twists. Was it me? Was I the reason? Oh, Diz, don't do that to yourself, honey. Diz scuffs his boot in the dirt. Whatever, he mumbles. No one cared about me. Basically ever. Since I was born, my own mom didn't love me. The, like, one person who you think you could... He looks up at the sky and blinks rapidly. Whatever, he repeats. I'm out of here. Thanks for everything, Kita. You're the only good thing about this shithole. I'm gonna miss you. He doesn't like physical contact! You throw your arms around Diz, who grunts and pats your back awkwardly. He doesn't relax until you finally let him go. You watch him disappear between the fungal trees. Within minutes, he's out of sight. You're getting ready for bed later that day when you receive a colony-wide announcement through your holopom. It reads as follows. Colony notice. Reminder that there are to be no unauthorized trips outside the walls without prior authorization from Expeditions Command. Anyone caught in violation of this rule would be punished. This includes going for a walk. It is dangerous outside the walls and is only to be done by trained and armed personnel. Thank you, Command. How about that? You send Diz a message. Diz messaged you back immediately with just a picture of a knife. You're guessing he didn't get very far. But he's still here. It's your 17th birthday. What is that image? Holy crap, I look dangerous. But it's not just your birthday. Quiet is a time of new growth, a celebration of life and hope, not just for this year, but for humanity's presence on Vertumna for years to come. You and your friends are the symbol of that hope, quite literally. You are the future of humanity. And you're all beginning to take your places as adults in the colony. The council has decided to throw a party in your honor, the Vertumna Youth Ball. Mars is organizing it, of course, and you get an embossed invitation on real paper slipped under your door. I'm not really a party person, but I would go if someone invited me. So I'm gonna say, I guess I could go. You slip into some party clothes and head over to the lounge to celebrate. Well, yourselves. And yourself, specifically. It is your birthday, after all. The lounge is all decked out. The decorations look expensive. Must have taken a lot of nanoprint credits. Your friends are transformed too. Everyone has dressed up and looking like the young adults you're becoming. You can hardly recognize some of them. Mars catches your eye and waves, her bangles jingle joyfully. She looks like a model from her holo mags, every inch of her primed, painted, and perfumed. Kita, happy birthday, I'm glad you could make it, she says over the steady thrum of music. Drinks are over there, make your song request a congruence, and take off your shoes. You look down at your boots, then back up at Mars skeptically. She rolls her eyes and does a little bounce. Sock hop, just like Earth, duh. At the refreshment table, Cal is stuffing his face with party food, and Rex shoves 2 glasses of punch in your hands. Gotta stay hydrated, he says, pouring himself another glass. We'll be sweating it out one way or another, he winks at you. I love Rex. Don't let them fool you, Tangent mutters, joining you. She smears a glob of something pink and meaty looking on a cracker. It's a well-documented phenomenon that people inexperienced with imbibing alcohol will begin to act as if they're drunk, even if they're completely sober. To Rex, she adds, I mean, of course, I am not going to suffer any bad behavior. Rex grins as he pulls a flask out of his vest and pours you a healthy addition in his glass. Who says it's gonna be an act? Let's get a little loose, come on, it's a party. The music changes to something with a fast-pounding beat. Rex throws his head back and howls. Woo, it's time to dance! I would dance. Sure. You, Rex, and Mars take to the dance floor. After a while, Nem follows you, pulling Vance behind her. You all dance until it feels like your heart is going to burst from excitement, from exertion, and from the sheer joy of throwing yourself around the room with your friends. Nami, who's playing DJ, of course she is, with Kungurin spins up something a lot slower, more romantic. Grab a partner and pull them close, she announces dreamily, or whatever distance you both feel comfortable with. Oh no! Sim! God! I mean, he's dead though! What if this is my chance? What if he's not dead? Can I save? I can. Let me do this. Let me do save. Dance. There we go. Dance. Okay. Everyone giggles awkwardly and shuffles around, feeling the intangible friction of teenage politics. Who dances with whom? Who makes the first move? You excuse yourself from the party and head out to the porch for some fresh air. You know it's impossible, but wouldn't it be nice if... Wait. No. I fucking knew it. You were fucking alive. I knew it. You see a dark shape slip out of the forest, then a flash of Sim's pale skin as he raises his hand to you and beckons you beyond the walls. You check to see if anyone's watching, then slip from the porch out the gates. Sim meets you just under the shadows of the wall. He tilts his head, listening to the music wafting down from the lounge above. What's going on? You explain the significance of the dance, everyone's coming of age, a time of hope for the colony, and how it just also happens to be your birthday. His eyes light up. It's your birthday, he says, and holds his hands out to you. It's customary to give presents, is it not? Perhaps the dance? You embrace Sim, not expecting him to be much of a dancer, but he surprises you. He moves with a fluid grace that easily compels you to follow his lead on a tour of leeward side of the walls. When the song ends, you reluctantly part and head back to the lounge. You don't want anyone to ask questions about where you've been. On the way back, you have to sneak around Nem and Base. Likely they're too busy making out to notice you slip past them. But is Sim not dead? But he's grayed out. Was that a glitch? I think that's a glitch. I think that is. I don't think they expected me to hit that event so soon. I kind of want to reload. I feel like that's a glitch because he's still grayed out here. If he was actually alive, this wouldn't be grayed out. Like it would have triggered that to not be grayed out anymore, right? Am I overthinking this? I'm gonna load. I'm gonna go back. Someone tell me if that's a glitch or not, because I don't know. I don't think that's possible. At the end of the event, we'd be like, I think we'd freak out more, you know? Is Diz even here? Diz is standing over by the DJ screen, helping Nami with the song selection. He freezes up when you ask him to dance, stammering an excuse, but Nami gives him a playful shove towards you. Go dance with Kita, they say. I can handle things. He looks so scared. Dancing with Diz is a bit of a disaster. Neither of you knows where to put your hands, and despite spending the entire song looking at his feet, Diz still manages to step on yours. He holds you rigid-armed and rocks back and forth mechanically until the song mercifully comes to an end. Other couples don't seem to have your lack of chemistry. What do you mean? Lack of chemistry. I'm sad. Hold on. Nem and Vase have skipped dancing, gone straight to sucking face. Diz stares at them for just a bit longer than is appropriate, then blushes and flees to the dance floor. Diz, no, come back! Ah, man! Fuck, I don't know if that's just Diz or if we're not high enough. Like, after the slow songs, Nami spins congruence's music library to something with a little more bounce to it. The dance floor once more floods with bodies ready to gyrate the night away. But the tunes are abruptly interrupted by Governor Lum's here speak hijacking the feed. He strides to the stage, flanked by Security Chief Rhett. Everyone on the dance floor whines in unison at having some buzzkill adult stop the music. But Lum just raises his head and smiles indulgently. Look at all of you, he says. Young pioneers. I look at you and I see the future, not just of this colony, but all of humanity. You catch a few people rolling their eyes. You've heard this before. Right here, a good man, a real good man, really, the best of the colony, shared this poem from a great Earth poet. Lum continues. Now, I'm not one for poetry myself, but damn if it's not something I want to share with you kids tonight on the eve of something really big. He clears his throat and reads from his holopom. We cannot tarry here, we must bear the brunt of danger. We, the youthful, sinewy race, all the rest on us depend. Down the edges, through the passes, up the mountains steep, conquering, holding, daring, venturing as we go, the unknown ways, pioneers, oh pioneers. We primeval forests felling, we the river stemming, vexing, we, and piercing deep the mines within, we the surface broad surveying, we the virgin soil upheaving, oh pioneers, oh pioneers. Rhett looks a little pained, but Lum continues. What do you think the poem means, kids? He asks. What does it mean we should sit here in our colony politely waiting for this planet to make a space for us? He clenches his fists evocatively in the air. No, he exclaims. It means we need to get out there. We need to grab Vertumna by the balls and make it respect us. And how do you propose we do that, Lum? He looks at you specifically. I need you, the next generation, to lead the charge. This is your planet, and you're old enough now to defend it. I'm asking all eligible fighters to join squads massing at expeditions, to get out there and attack those monsters where they live. We're taking the fight to them, no more hiding behind our walls. To your left, Vase and Nem lead the cheering that erupts. Of course they do. Nem's brainwashed, and Lum and Rhett leave. The music spins back up again. Only a few die-hard partygoers still want to dance. Everyone else has broken into small groups to discuss the announcement. You are angry, I think. This is bullshit, Cal exclaims, causing a few heads to turn. They're not even going to try to figure out why the animals are attacking us. They're just going to kill, kill, kill. He waves his arms over his head. Are we supposed to be better than that? I agree. Diz clearly agrees, though much more quietly. They don't even know what's out there, he mutters. They have no idea what they're up against. The party fizzles out as everyone drifts away from the lounge. You turn to find your dad has stayed up to make sure you've gotten home safe. He's never done that before. You've always been told the colony was safe. Now, you see his eyes sad, and you know that time is over. I knew this for a while. When they came in with guns, I figured the colony wasn't safe anymore. When someone says, let me take charge, or else, you're not safe. You are temporarily safe because someone's taking charge, someone's fixing something, but the second that security settles in, they're going to make demands. It's not going to be safe, and you're going to have to do it because guess what? You're still at gunpoint. This was never safe. I was so confused as to why everyone was so chill about everything that was going on. Oh, the police showed up, and they're threatening us, and they're saying they're going to take charge. Oh, yay, we're starving, so we're happy about it. Well, guess what? When you're not starving anymore and you're secure, what do you think's going to happen? Sure, it might be a better outcome than starving to death to some people, and I get that, but to me, it's not. I just... What's up? You report to the expedition tent to find not just Utopia, but Security Chief Rhett and Vase as well. I just can't spare any more of my people, Utopia is explaining to them. You've already pulled almost all the foragers, and we're already running skint crews in the ridges as it is. There's only one person you can spare. Rhett replies, turning to face you. Hello, Kita. How'd you like to transfer onto one of my hunting parties? Utopia tells me you're one of her best explorers. We could use someone like you. He indicates Vase. I need someone who can keep up with this one. Base puffs his chest out proudly. Why do we need to kill them? Base laughs. Because they're killing us, Kita. Keep up. He clenches his fist. It's the classic struggle between humanity and nature, he says. Nature is not all flowers and rainbows on Earth. Everything and everyone was trying to kill each other for survival, for food, hell, even just for fun. I can't wait to bag a real trophy Zeno, he chuckles, framing his hands like a painting on a wall. The first 10-point buck on Vertumna. I don't want to kill animals for fun. Rhett scowls at Vase. You won't be killing them for fun. You'll be killing them to defend the colony. Vase rolls his eyes. I want to go to a new area. I don't mind killing people. I'm sorry, not killing people. Oh my god. I don't mind killing creatures to defend the colony. We do that on Glow all the time. And it's not that I would never kill a living creature. If something comes at me, I'm gonna kill it. I don't like going out looking for trouble. If an animal's not bothering you, don't hurt it. Simple. I don't mind hunting for food either. Sure, okay. Rhett nods. Good, I'm glad to hear that, he says, then turns to Vase. But first, I need to make sure you know the basics. Vase, bring out the Vricky. Hi, Vricky. Vase goes over to a tent and brings back the Vricky on a long chain. It's sprightly and bright-eyed, some might even say cute, and comes up nearly to your waist. Vase looks proud of his duty as monster bearer. I caught this one myself, Rhett tells you. I'm adding it to the training zoo, so don't kill it, but feel free to give it a few pokes. Then tell me, what are its weaknesses, its strengths, how would you defeat it in a fight? Nice. You study the creature for a long time. It looks nervous, skittering from side to side and making clicking noises. You throw a stick at it and it leaps and grabs it in its mandibles. It angrily tears it in half and glares at you. You do some tests and think about other times you've seen a Vricky in the wild. It's one of the many creatures on Vertumna that seems to be more fungus than animal. You've never seen them in sorts of sizes, from little scuttlers the size of your palm to jumping predators to towering nurse trees that are rooted in one spot. This one's awfully large, so it's probably agitated that it's been taken out of its wilderness at this point in its life cycle. It probably wants to root soon. Good, Rhett says. Let's see if you're good at hunting these as you are at identifying them. Come join the hunting squad next month and we'll see how you do in the swamps. Oh, I have an extra gear slot! Nice! I was wondering what unlocked that. Me my Hopeye. Yeah. Alright, let's go pick some stuff up. I'm going to, like, areas where I know Sim used to be, and I'm just like, ugh. Please, just give him back. Because I'm really uncertain about why the dance let me talk to him. I feel like, had he still been alive, we would have reacted more, you know? More than just, oh, we're gonna think about him and there's no way he could possibly be here because he's, you know, Sim, but you see him above the walls. I feel like we would have freaked out a lot more. Like, oh my god, you're alive, you know, had that conversation. So I think it's a, I think it's a glitch. I think it's a flag that should have been disabled. No, you are alive! Oh my god! Well, damn it. It's too late for me to go back to the dance and fix that. You are alive, though! I will go back and fix it. You're taking a sample at the base of a tree when you feel something patter off of your head and fall to the ground. It's a nut? That's strange. The species doesn't usually... You look up and your stomach lurches when you realize you've been being watched this whole time. A pair of familiar eyes peers down at you from the branches. It's Sim. He grins down at you. Well, 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 if it isn't the little human, have you come to visit me, Sugarbug? Please stop calling me things my dad calls me. But I saw you die. Did you? He says slyly. You'd think I would remember that. If you did witness my death, I apologize, Sim continues. He leans down from his branch, his long hair dangling just out of reach. I imagine I didn't enjoy it much either. I have so many questions. Well, we just saw splatters, right? What if he just did Spider-Man stuff? Well, fuck. I thought I had knocked him out, so I've been pursuing Diz for a little bit. Now I don't know what to do. Let's finish our unfinished business. Yep, I'm gonna do it. It's probably not gonna be good for me, but... You pout up at Sim, trying to look kissable, but he just stares down at you uncomprehending. My apologies, he says, but I'm not entirely certain what you mean. What business? Are you a copy? Are you a clone? You really don't remember. Sim's thin lips form an even thinner line. I'm afraid I don't. Did I offend you in some way? Death has a way of wiping the slate clean. He gives you a little smile. It's me, I'm the slate. Embarrassment burns in your guts. You can't find the words to explain the moment you shared on the cliff. Oh my god, does that mean... No, it's still full of hearts. How can you just die and come back? It's a gardener thing, he replies dismissively. He's so casual about it. I make regular backups just in case. Backups? He gives you a little smile. Surely by now you know I cannot divulge the specifics of my role here. It doesn't stop you from hinting. Sim's smile grows wider and he trills with laughter. I know. Oh, having a secret is much more gratifying than I expected it would be. I guess I'm happy you're alive. Sim sighs gratuitously. I wish everyone felt that way, he mutters. One of my associates seems to feel otherwise. At your confused look, he waves his hand. One of the other gardeners, Noctilucent. They really don't care for you humans, I'm afraid, and they're aware I've taken an interest in you. With a soft whomp, Sim drops gracefully out of the tree and dusts himself off. He claps you on the shoulder. I'd watch out for them if I were you, he says. They're quite dangerous. Sim turns to leave, but you sputter and grab his sleeve. You can't, after all that. You deserve some real answers, real ones. He owes you that. He turns to you, one arched eyebrow raised. What is it? Are you really Sim? The one and the same. Sim answers, carefully prying your hand from his clothing. I acknowledge this is difficult for you to understand. He takes a deep breath, considering his words carefully. Humans have one short window of consciousness, which encourages you to think of yourselves as individual points on the line of history. You are quite clearly not your parents, your grandparents, or your unborn children. You are your own, marvelous creature. He places his hand on his chest. I do not disappear when this form dies. I am eternal, in a sense. I am all who came before, and I am all who will come after. I am my own legacy. I am symbiosis. What do you really do here? Sim gives you a blank smile. I am a gardener, he says simply. I was created to be a gardener, and I imagine I will be one until my services are no longer required. At your look of confusion, Sim softens. Humanity is so concerned with purpose, he says sadly. It is because you were not created for one, and you spend the eternity of your short lives under the impression you need one. The concept of someone having a purpose must be seductive. He shrugs one elegant shoulder. My existence is simple. I act in a way for which I was created. That is not an interesting answer for an individual species as yourselves. I am aware. Perhaps we must both accept that it may be beyond the human capacity to comprehend. He tilts his head to the side as if listening to something and squeezes your hand. I fear I have said too much. I hope I can see you again soon, and that all may be revealed to you. Well, I feel cheated. Okay. Well, great. Glad to know that our time together meant so much that you don't even remember that moment. It's really, really nice. Really great. I suspect he was a clone. I'm so sad about that. Like, I'm happy he's alive. I really am. But that just feels so anticlimactic. Like, you finally make some progress. You finally click with someone to have them be like, oh, yeah, you know how we clicked? I don't remember that. Ooh, there's an event. Oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever been this way. Oh my god. What is this? Expeditions have been collecting energy readings from this area, tracing the invisible ley lines of power like the one from the thumper that brought you here in the first place. They've pointed you to this cave, a nexus of power at the convergence of many lines. You can feel the energy is different here, like a barely perceivable hum that pricks up the back of your neck, like something is watching you. It's likely this was some sort of important place for the convergent domain, Utopia says, leaning on her glider. I've sent teams through, but it gets mighty tight in there. I'm hoping you and Diz might have better luck wiggling in there, she continues. Might be the caves inside open up again, and if they do, take plenty of readings and report back to me. This is vibrating beside you on nearly the same frequency as the weird power fluctuations. This is the real deal, he whispers mostly to himself. It's hard to shake the feeling of being watched. In fact, you're sure. Oh yes, of course, there he is. You can see Sim's mysterious form up there watching you from a nearby ridge. He holds up his hand in greeting when he sees you looking. Utopia nods and leaves you to it. What's the plan? I'm gonna talk to Sim first. You ensure that Utopia's good and gone before you and Diz kick up your gliders and go talk to Sim. He looks delighted when you land beside him. You're getting warmer, he sings songs. Hot, very hot. He rests his weight on his hands and kicks his feet over the ledge. I'm not supposed to tell you anything, he confides, but it's just so interesting to watch you figure things out. Humans, so curious and so smart. Diz stammers and turns red. Looks like you're not getting anything out of Sim, though. You grumble and glide back to the cave entrance. Prep your caving equipment. This time you get headlamps and a little recording drone with a floodlight attachment, a tiny buzzing flying thing that circles around your heads and sometimes illuminates what you want to look at. It's intelligent, which just means it won't do what you want. Diz bats at it in annoyance. Utopia has also left you an anti-grab belt, with a warning to practice extreme caution while spelunking down there. They make you lighter so you can climb more easily and won't hurt yourself as much as if you fall. Enter the cave. Let's go. Let's do it! The narrow entrance leads to a bigger room that animals have clearly used as a den. It's enormous, with glowing mushrooms on the walls and piles of bones and some crevices. In some places, the walls are made of iridescent convergent domain obsidian. Like this was once a great hall millennia ago. You can feel a cool breeze coming from somewhere, but it'll be tricky to find in the dark. Try to find a way in deeper. Actually, I'm gonna... Oof, this is hard. 7, 4, 4. Oh my god. This is the only, but it's not gonna be because all we have is... Okay, got it. You find the source of the breeze by tossing some fine sand into the air and watching which way the dust blows. It's a very tight crack, good thing you and Diz are so small. You squeeze through and have to shimmy along on your bellies for about 10 meters, pushing your gear ahead of you. It's uncomfortable, but Diz's excitement draws on you. I already have max perception. Past the crack, there are fewer signs of animals. The walls are smooth, grown obsidian, which has a kind of melted rainbow oil slick look. There are deeply carved glyphs on the walls at various intersections, like room designations or street names, you wonder. And other kinds of basins, alcoves grown into rocks, full of odd protrusions, all ancient and worn, inexplicable now. It feels homey. You come to realize the Convergent Domain must have lived underground. That's why there are so few ruins on the surface. So you follow the cave complex down. It's clear this used to be a well-traveled path. The corridors branching off to other places are now blocked off, as if a big earthquake had rattled this whole area. Only this one main path is still clear. It's too convenient to be a coincidence. The floor of the cave slopes downward like a slide. It's quite slippery. Pay attention to your footing. You follow the cave system down, 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 all the way to what must be the bottom of the cliffs. You have to climb down a 3-story wall in the last section and are grateful to have your anti-gravity belt for making it easier. You're still tired, though. You see dim light below. Daylight? You emerge into a hidden valley, totally surrounded by tall cliffs. Did you just come down all that way? You're surrounded by the ruins of the Convergent Domain building, in much better condition than the windswept ones on the surface. It's perfectly still here and as quiet as space itself. What was this? Diz whispers reverently. Some sort of converger facility? And it feels so familiar. You remember this place from your dreams and feel a throbbing sense of importance that is a bit unnerving. Something momentous happened to you here, or will happen to you here someday. You poke around a little, then call Utopia and give her your coordinates. She swings down her glider with extra ones for you and Diz tethered behind. You're happy you won't have to climb all the way back up. She whistles. Great find, kids. This place didn't show up on any of our aerial scans. Took me a while to find a route in. You look bush, she says. I'll stick around and get some readings, but you head on back to the depot and get some rest. Don't worry, we're gonna push on without you. We aren't going to push on without you. Okay, I'll go home, I guess. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, no! Come back. This is sitting on the roof of the expedition transport, fiddling with something in his hands. As you approach, you can see the glint of a pocket knife in his hands. He looks up from his carving. Oh, hey, Kita, he says, looking a little bashful. Need a new toggle for my backpack. I mean, we won't be able to rely on nanoprinting forever. Base is about 2 clicks removed from flat out ignoring you. Go bother Rex if you like him so much. He snaps. Just don't believe anything he says about me. You don't know the whole story and he'll lie to anyone to make himself look good. Are you sure that's not you we're talking about? Well, this is disgusting, Vase says with a sneer, holding the egg, but Anemone likes the taste of things. Stars only knows why. I'll give it to her. I hate you, Vase. I really hate him. He literally likes nothing except the strange device, and only because it helps him with his enemies. This guy. Why are you upset that Rex and I are close, dude? Vase looks exasperated by your presence. Hey, it's Rex's little buddy, he says, scowling. Get out of here before I send him a message about how I don't want his little gang of dickwits stinking up my garrison. He cracks his knuckles. You're not going to like my choice of medium. You're an Here. A gift for you. What an awful person. I don't know how Anemone is attracted to that. I don't get it. Unless it's just like the masculinity of him, I guess. But I don't like that. Just, I'm strong and don't have emotions outside of gruffness. It's not attractive. Not to me, anyway. We almost have maxed out biology. I don't think we have anything that... Okay, so let's go do... Toughness, though. Yeah, let's our yellow skills are so low. I just have never had anyone encourage me to do anything relative to empathy because Tammy's not here and empathy was her skill. And I don't care for Mars and she's persuasion, so let's tend the animals, I guess. You meet your dad by the animal pens, fresh and ready for your first day at your new job. Your dad laughs at your clean clothes and your scrubbed face. Oh, Pumpkin, I'm sorry to tell you that you're a little overdressed for the position, he chuckles. You're gonna get dirtier and all heck today. Go on, put on these overalls and let's get to work. You change and follow your dad to the float cow pens. He rubs their noses as he points out their names. I know they're cute, but these ladies aren't pets, he says. They're livestock, and more than that, they're not really domesticated, like our animals back on Earth. They're more like tame. We give all the animals lots of room to roam, and we feed them well. They're not gonna get chased down and eaten by bigger animals, and we help them if they're sick. It's a pretty good deal, I think, but they're still pretty wild. He says, you gotta be careful with them. He leans his elbow on the fence. We were pretty lucky that Bertumna has herd animals, he says. Makes it a little easier. We'll probably have real domesticated animals in a couple 100 years. Well, kiddo, your dad says, spreading his arms. We've got all these animals. What do you want to learn first? That's a lot of stuff. Tripits. What are tripits? No joke, we thought these guys were just plants for the first couple of years, your dad says. We transplanted them from the wild into the greenhouse, but I guess that was just part of their life cycle. Because it turns out they're sentient and can move around and stuff. We moved them out of the greenhouse and into the barns, but we don't really treat them differently. They still mostly just sit there. The bristle slugs? Ah, these cute little guys. Oh yeah, we've got a ton of them, he says. They're great, slow, and easy to catch, and real gentle. Don't let the spikes fool you. They're actually really cuddly and don't mind if you pet them. It actually helps them. In the wild, they'd be scratching up on all sorts of things to knock off those itchy berries. He scrunches up his nose. They're not really berries, they're more like eggs. Well, they're like berries, though, because they're sweet, and you know what? Never mind. Bertumna animals are pretty weird. Float cows? Your dad gestures at the herd of float cows. Here they are. Beautiful, aren't they? And pretty gross. You don't want to know where they make their milk, but I'll give you a hint. It's not dairy. He laughs at your wrinkled nose. It's not any weirder than when people used to drink cow's milk. I mean, who's the first guy who decided to do that? We figured out that if we keep feeding them what they'd be eating during pollen, they'll keep making milk year-round, he continues proudly. It makes them heavy enough that they don't float away, otherwise we'd have to keep them on leads like balloons. The squeedger. Oh yeah, queen bee, your dad says excitedly. Well, she's more like an ant, not that you would know what an ant is either. Well, never mind. She's settled in great, he continues. We've got her rooted now, and she's ready to start having her own little squeedgers. And then those guys are gonna do most of the work caring for her. She's a little grumpy, but I'd be pretty cranky too if I had to stay in one place and lay eggs for the rest of my life. You'll be responsible for squeezing that royal jelly out of her. Glad it's you and not me. Careful of the acid mist. Sugar bugs? Your dad takes you to the rows of crates where the soft, squishy sugar bugs are all clumped together in the moist muck. These guys are pretty cool, he says, picking one up. It perfectly fits in his palm. They're a colony just like us, and if you tickle them, you get... He brushes his finger along the top of the sugar bug, and a little jet of gooey stuff comes out. Sugar bug syrup. He says, pretty neat, right? Let's get started. Great, your dad says, clapping you on the back. That's the kind of energy I wanted to see around here. We need someone to muck out the float cow stables. They might float, but their poop sure doesn't. He hands you a shovel. Have fun. Thanks, Dad. We don't have a lot of empathy at all. We should, rest. Early pollen. Oh, this. We want this. This is relaxing in the back of one of the expedition vehicles, absorbed in a hollow novel. You clear your throat and he jumps and he gives you an awkward but genuine smile. Hey kitty, he says, pulling his legs out of the way so you can climb in beside him. It's getting harder to find places to be alone here, don't you think? I'd kill to be out exploring, but Utopia insisted we have a rest day. He rolls his eyes. Diz closes his hollow novel and sighs. It's just so crowded here, he complains, and it's boring. I'd rather be out there with Sim, learning about this planet. Diz continues looking wistful. He folds his hands over his heart. He's so interesting. I could talk to him forever, you know? Like, we really connect. Have you gotten much out of him? Yeah, Diz exclaims, sitting up straighter. Well, I mean, sort of. He still says stuff I'm not supposed to know yet, but I've figured out a lot of my own. The biggest thing is that the planet is basically all connected, like a fungal network that's so old and complex that it's practically like a computer, he says, talking fast and excited. It's not just the mushrooms, the trees, and the animals, even the rocks and the water. Diz smiles. He doesn't want me to know that one, he confides in you, but I guessed it. Remember how your dad got sick every year from pollen, and it was actually fungal spores? Well, I just started thinking from there, and yeah, it's like every year the planet refreshes its communication network with fresh spores. It's so cool. I actually knew that one. Really, Diz says. Well, okay, how about that Sim is really old? Like, really, really old, Diz continues. Like, probably thousands of years old. Sometimes he talks about stuff from ancient history like he was there, because he totally was. Diz laughs a little, but he still acts like a kid sometimes, you know? Like, he loves hollow bits and candy and playing tricks. I knew that. Oh, right, Diz says. He said that you helped him get access to a hollow bit archive. Good job, by the way. Oh, and I've seen other gardeners, Diz says quietly. They don't look like Sim at all. They look like, well, they look scary. Whoa, no way. Okay, one more. Diz says, his face going pink. The gardeners don't have clothes. Sim was naked when I first met him. I had to bring him clothes from the colony. Are you blushing? No. Diz stammers, his face going even more red. It was just really embarrassing, okay? He was naked. I didn't know where to look. What about you? What has he told you? Well? Diz listens intently. Sim can't die. You tell Diz about how you've seen Sim die only to come back later in a different body. Diz listens intently. That explains so much, he says. He's told me that he's not afraid of death like me. But that's so cool. I want to be able to do that. Sim's hair seems alive. Diz rolls his eyes. Well, duh. Anyone who sees him knows that, he says. It, like, moves, right? I thought I was imagining it, but it kind of looks like how plants move to face the sunlight. That's all I know. I wish we could tell people about Sim, Diz says. I feel like if people knew him like we do, they'd realize that what we're doing here is wrong. But I'm scared that if I tell someone, Sim will never talk to me again. He says we're not ready. We can't tell anyone what we know. I know, Diz mumbles, sighing as he thunks his head against the window of the cab. I don't want to mess up whatever plan they have. I just want to help, though, you know? I know. Diz nods and turns away, done with this conversation. Okay, well. Just want to see. We have 8 out of 10 hearts with him. Like, we're pretty close. And we still have a couple years left, so I mean... pretty dang close. Oh, we can give him a device. Here you go, buddy. Ha! Now we have 8, 9.5. Haha. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave this episode here. I've been going for about an hour and a half, and probably some of that's probably gonna get edited out. But I'll admit I'm a little I'm relieved, but also kind of disappointed that we're handling Glow so well. There we go. But I can definitely feel like the game's sort of getting to its conclusion, and I'm really excited to see where it's going to end. We really need to kill Lum, though. That's my personal goal. I will see everybody in the next video. Let me know what you think of the game so far. Let me know who your favorite character is. Let me know if you also don't like Lum. And yeah, I'll see everyone in the next video. Bye, guys.